So we have to make our base, of course, which requires eggs and some heavy cream and some milk. And I actually love to put a little bit of evaporated milk in it as well. And so that's how we're going to make our base. And I also love to add a little bit of cane sugar. I don't really use white sugar too much because it isn't really all that healthy for you. So I tend to go towards either brown sugar or cane sugar. I use obviously powdered sugar if I'm dusting something or if I'm trying to make an icing, and very seldomly will I use white sugar. But anyway, we have that. I add that as well into our base, and of course we're gonna have the apple pie seasoning here as well as cinnamon to add to our base, and we're using challah bread. So the first thing I'm going to do is peel our apples. I prefer to use a Granny Smith apple because it's not so sweet and you can add just the right amount of sweetness that you like. But unfortunately, I was a little late getting to the store, and I guess everybody wants to make some apple pie, and they tend to use Granny Smith apples for that. And so I couldn't find any, so I had to get myself a Honeycrisp apple. So I just want to peel this, and then I'm going to cut it into some cubes. This is my communal garbage bowl here. Call it my communal bowl. Okay. And I'm actually going to start to put, I'm going to cut some butter. So I can put it in my pan so I could start to cook up the apples once I cut it down. So say about a tablespoon. Yep. Then I'm gonna start to cook up here. I want to give a shout out to my friend Dan from I Allegedly, who just celebrated having 250,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Dan. Now we're gonna get back to cutting this up here. This is old-fashioned way. Cutting the core here. Be careful, don't cut yourselves doing this way, but I'm trained and skilled to do this. So here we go. Okay. I actually want to cut them down some more. Going to half them some more. It's part of our apples. And after I'm done cutting them, I'll let you see. My sugar in here. I have gloves on, so about 2 tablespoons there, and adding another 2 tablespoons, so make that 5 tablespoons. Okay. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more cinnamon spice. I mean apple pie spice to this. Sometimes these spices are temperamental. And a little bit more of the cinnamon as well. Add a bit more. Okay. So I would say that's about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and about 1.5 tablespoons of the apple pie spice. So now the things with apple is that apple gives off a lot of water. So I don't know if you know, it's like apples, spinach, mushrooms, when they all cook up, they release a lot of water and they shrink their size. So it always ends up not being too much than what you initially anticipated. Okay. So while that is getting all nice and tender, gonna actually add a little bit of, I'm not sure if I have some lemon juice, but add a little bit of lemon juice in here. Because we want to kind of get that liquid for our apple pie. So just allow that to cook up. And then we're going to work on our base. And I'm going to add half a cupful of vanilla extract. Just half of it. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys had smell-o-vision. This just like permeates through this whole room. Okay. I'm gonna let that kind of thicken up. Now let's work here. So, in doing, let me move this up, get this a little closer. Now, to prevent yourself, it really isn't ideal for you to crack your eggs on the side of your bowl, but we all have the bad habit of doing it. So to avoid getting shells, it's going to be super important that you stick your right and your left thumb as far inside as you can, holding back those shells that would generally fall in your bowl. So I'll show you. Okay. So here it is. It's all cracked up. Now these shells probably some of it will fall in my bowl. However, I'm going to put my finger far back into here, both of them, and I am going to prevent that from happening. And there are no shells. So I'm actually going to add 2 capsules of water, just regular water. Okay. And I'm going to add half a cupful of lemon juice. Lemon juice. Okay. Just allow that to cook while I work on slicing up my bread. So I want this to be nice and tender and to release some liquid. Okay, and then we'll make our base. Okay, cut our challah bread. Get my bread knife out. Okay, so this is really the best knife to use when cutting your bread. It's called a bread knife for a reason. It does not tear into the bread. Sometimes we tend to use whatever knife we have in our hand, a chef's knife, Sudoku knife. All of these knives are not really meant for your bread because they would tear into it. And so if you want your bread to remain wholesome and pretty, especially if you're going to do something like a French toast, it's best that you use a bread knife, a serrated knife, really what it's formally called. So we need our French toast just to be a little bit bigger than this. So here we go. Like this is about the size that you want for your French toast. Okay? So that's about 1 inch thick. And this bread is thick enough to hold all that liquid that you're gonna have building right now for your French toast. So. so. Then we'll make our base. Let me check on our apples that are cooking. And then we'll make our base. Let's check on our apples that are cooking. We want it to be all nice and soft and tender. All right. Okay, so I have some French toast here that I kind of lightly cooked up. I like to finish my French toast in the oven. That way I know all the egg mixture is all cooked up. So that's how I like to make my French toast. Some people just do their French toast fully on the stovetop and they're done. But I like to go all the way and cook mine up. So let me cut and put some more butter in the pan. And then we'll dip our French toast and we'll start cooking the French toast up. The whole thing is up, and so here we go. Take it and we dip it in the egg mixture. Make sure it's like fully coated. In this case it is. And just shake it so any excess can come off. Then you put it right there. Again, want to make sure it's fully coated. So I'm gently pressing into it with no pressure really. Okay, this feels like it's super wet already. And again, I'm just shaking off the excess. There we go. And my other piece here. One more. And so because I want all the flavors to seep in, that's why I know that the stovetop may not do it all for me. So I want to make sure it's fully cooked and I'm not eating any egg mixture. So I turn around and I put it in the oven. So I let it brown up and get a little bit of color, start to cook up some of it. And then the rest I will put in the oven for about 7 minutes just to make sure it's fully dried up, the mixture. It still remains warm and hot and moist. And then we will then assemble our apple pie French toast. So I'm just cooking this up and I will show you when it's time to flip it over. Okay, so this is what our French toast looks like. And so I am going to put this in the oven, like I said, 5 to 7 minutes, depending on your oven, what it's like. Just to make sure I don't have any eggy mixture left. Just on 350, 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. And then we'll come back and assemble our French toast apple pie. Apples, vitamins B6, C, and riboflavin, cane sugar. Vitamins A, B1, B2, B6, C, niacin, pantothenic acid. Butter, vitamins A, B12, D, E, and K2. Apple pie spice, B2, iron, B1, and B3. Cinnamon, A, and iron. Eggs, A, B2, B5, B6, B12, E, D, K, and iron. Milk, B2, B12, D, calcium, phosphorus, and potassium. Evaporated milk, A, D, and calcium. Heavy cream, A, D, and calcium. Vanilla extract, B1, B2, B3, B5, and B6. caramel syrup, A, and calcium. Well, actually has small amounts of A and calcium. And our powdered sugar that we'll be using is vitamins A, C, D, calcium, iron, potassium. Real facts, 62% of teachers say that at least one child in their class comes to school hungry. 22 million children heavily rely on free lunch or reduced school lunches. You can learn more by visiting us at jdhcbc.org. So our French toast is no more mixture left, fully done. So let's make and build our caramel apple pie. So what we're gonna do, first we're gonna put a layer of our apple pie here. Oh, this smells so good, really. We gotta do our caramel syrup, of course. All this fancy stuff sometimes. There we go. Oh my God. So good, so good. Then we have our other layer of French toast. And some more apple pie filling. Okay. And some more of our caramel syrup. So let's just say this is a treat dessert. Okay. And here's our last layer of our French toast, apple pie. Oh, look at this, look at this. Apple pie filling here. Oh, now you can add some nuts to this if you want. It's all up to you. Oh man, so good. And this is my little dusting sugar here, our confectioner sugar. And we are gonna put a little bit of, I don't need that much in here, so put a little bit of cinnamon in here too as well. Let's see, look for my, okay, I can do this in here. This is just cinnamon. Okay, just a little hint of cinnamon, and we're gonna close our then we're just gonna like dust it off. Cinnamon with the powdered sugar. Add the mixture of the cinnamon in here. There we go. Voila. There we go. So, Chef and Fam, look what we got. Look what we got. Look what we got here. No need for any maple syrup, honey, because we have the natural syrup from that apple, you know, that we were making when we were making our apple, and of course some of the caramel syrup. So this is a decadent treat here. So I am going to be sharing this with my crew for a fact. So I'm just going to taste some and then pass it on to them so they can have the calories. So let's begin and taste. Taste our French toast. With all of that apple pie spice and filling. Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, I gotta get some of that apple pie stuff up in here. Alright. There we my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is apple pie on bread. Seriously. Oh my gosh. If you love apple pie, you have to make this. This is straight apple pie that's crustless. This is straight apple pie made out of bread. It is absolutely phenomenal. Oh my gosh. I promise you, if you are an apple lover or your family, you will not regret this. Nope, not at all. This is amazingly tasting just like a good homemade apple pie from scratch. Delish, delish, delish. Hands down, you won't regret it. Promise. Oh my gosh. Oh. And with the garnish of the walnuts, that texture together, absolutely amazing. Now, happy dance. This is so good. This is delicious. It's divine. So here's my call to action. Don't forget to click the like button by giving us a virtual hug. When you do that, that lets myself and my crew know that you're enjoying the content that we're putting out for you. It encourages me to go back to the thinking lab to see what else I can come up with that you might be interested in, or that you might like, or that would be fun for you to replicate. You definitely want to put this in your arsenal. 100% promise you delicious. If you're new to this channel, welcome. We welcome you here with open arms and great big hugs. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, subscribe. Subscribe. And not only should you subscribe, then share it with your family and friends, because they will thank you. I thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It was a complete pleasure that you ate with me virtually while I ate physically. And while you helped me to do this, because you were watching, you were learning. I also want to ask you, if you are in a situation that you're able to help families suffering from food insecurity, you can donate on our page, on our donate button for our charity, Joseph Dream House. The holiday times are pretty rough for families, and as you know, everything being super expensive, even though we're past Thanksgiving right now, we still have Christmas to think about. And if you're able to do something to donate your cup of Starbucks coffee, or your cup of Dunkin' Donut favorite, latte or, shake, please do so at our donate button, or you can go even to our website for Joseph Dream House. Our families will appreciate it, and I appreciate you hanging out with us today, spending time to learn how to do this and to eat virtually. And next time, I hope you make this and that you can eat this physically and write a comment about it. Comment below. We do answer our comments. Thank you again for your time. We love you. Bye.